I'm going to make a steady rest for the Craftsman 6-inch. I have a general idea of how I'm going to go about doing it, but I'm going to have to make up the details as I go along. I have this piece of 1-inch square cold rolled, and I'm going to cut a section off and go clean it up on the mill. Alright, I have it laid out, and I'm going to mill on each end a 1/4 inch deep so that it'll fit down in between the bedways. I have the clamp part of it finished. I had this piece of scrap, and it was once a stub shaft for a screw auger at a plant where I used to work, and it's 3 inches in diameter, and I'm going to take this into the bandsaw and cut a section off of that and put it in the lathe and face it. Alright, here's what I have so far. I've got my clamp down here, and I've got this piece of round here, and this is going to be the support for it. I want to bore a hole in here, and I'd like to get it 2 inches so I could hold a piece of 2-inch round in here, but I got to figure out how to connect this part and this part. So what I'm thinking is I have this piece of this aluminum plate here, and it's 3/8 thick, and if I could do some kind of thing like this, and maybe cut a shoulder in on here, and then cut the equivalent size hole here, so that'll fit up over the shoulder, and then maybe connect it with these cap screws, and connect it with cap screws on the bottom. So I don't know. One thing I see that I had to fix is this clamp here. I made it too wide, and it won't go up in between the aprons on the carriage there, so I'm gonna have to shorten that some. So I'll go ahead and get to work on that stuff, and I'll go from there. Alright, I had the shoulder cut in on this, and I'm not going to have enough material to do a 2-inch bore, so I'm going to shoot for 1 5/8 inches, I think, and So I'm going to go ahead and get this drilled and bored out. I had the shoulder cut and I had it bored out, and I was able to take it out to a little bit over 1 5/8 inches, so that allowed me to get a piece of 1.5 inches through there comfortably. The next thing I need to do is to transfer the outside of this shoulder onto this plate and get that drilled and bored. Now I don't have enough swing on my lathe to bore this out, so I'm gonna have to do it on the milling machine. And I got a boring head last week, so I'm gonna be giving that a try. This lathe has a nice feature. It has a indexing wheel on the bull gear, and it has 60 holes. I need to divide this part into thirds, so I just lock the pin in and make a mark and count off 20 holes and make another mark. Alright, I have the holes in this ring threaded, and I have these 3 holes drilled, and so next I just need to get these holes transferred and drill them and thread them. Alright, all the holes lined up nicely. And I got one more thing to do to this before it's finished. I want to put this in the mill and just mill a flat over this hole for the lock nut to rest on, and then this particular part will be finished. part's centered, and I'm going to have to shave some off of the bottom here to make this fit. And when I do that, I'll figure out how I'm gonna shape the rest of this. Alright, this part is fitted, and the next thing I have to do is connect this to the clamp, and I'll lay out a couple of holes here and drill those, and then transfer those holes onto the clamp and get those drilled and tapped. Then after that, I'm going to square this part up, and I may cut some angles in it. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to do that, but first I'm going to go ahead and get these holes drilled and tapped. Alright, I have the holes drilled into the support, and I have those holes transferred into the clamp here, so I'm just going to drill and tap this part. And I have it put together, and I have some 5/16 brass all thread for the fingers, and the next thing I want to do is make some little thumb knobs. Alright, the thumb wheel's finished, and I'll go ahead and put this together and set it up on the lathe and see what it looks like.